piece. And yeah, so that's what fame is to me.
Can you elaborate and what is in your memory, what is your first experience you had personally with fame? Like the first time you realized that you mattered to people on a level that was,
Well, I had moments growing up that I knew I got the signs that I was going to end up being sort of in this business, just performances along the way. But I believe the first time I realized that I was famous was in Toronto, Canada. Like we went up for a radio promotion and we were actually doing the radio show and we were surprise guests on the radio program. And it was really, really odd the way this sort of went down. They announced us on the radio, and as we were on the radio, they started noticing people gathering by the radio station downstairs. And by the second, third segment, we had a full street full of people that were closing down the street right in front of the radio station. And we went out and we had security and they had to rush us to a car. And that was definitely the first time where I felt that taste of fame and that we mattered. And yeah, that was pretty intense.
So just prior to that point, at a young, you got into this at a pretty young age. From the start, who was your musical inspiration? Like, who are you looking up to that made you say, I want to be a singer, an artist, a writer, a musician?
Yeah, well, I grew up, you gotta understand, I grew up in I'm a 90s kid, so I grew up during the heart of hip-hop and R&B. And R&B was at the top of everyone's list in terms of pop radio. So Boyz II Men, Jodeci, Shy, As Yet, R. Kelly, B.I.G., Nas. I lived in New York City, so to me, this was sort of my influence from the get. And then honestly, the first time I saw a Backstreet Boy video, I felt oh wow, I have an opportunity as a Latin kid to sort of get into the R&B world and get into the pop world, because this is the first time I actually saw white kids and Hispanic kids sort of singing together, and they were given a platform on MTV. And so honestly, the R&B hip hop of the 90s, and then I would be remiss if I didn't say that Backstreet Boys it was a click where I was like, ooh, I might have a shot at this.
So obviously coming into this, everyone looks at it with the glitz and glamour and the stars in your eyes of what it looks like it is from the outside. As someone who's now experienced it from the inside, did it affect you adversely, or did it only motivate you more? Did you find a dark side in this business, or were you able to find the light and use that to keep you going?
Yeah. There's a light side and a dark side. It's like Star Wars, this business. And, there was a Sith moment in my life where things were sort of dark. But a lot of that starts internally. A lot of that's internal. So you have to sort of make choices within yourself to say, I'm going to let this affect me either in a negative or a positive way. And yeah, there's two sides to everything, and a lot of people have experienced the dark side of the industry. A lot more people than have experienced that side than the light side. And I've experienced both. I think I'm a stronger person for it. I've been able to endure through it. And there has to be a point in every artist's life where you have to come face to face with your ego and tell your ego that you're not going to be in charge of this anymore. And let the love and the passion and the skill sets really guide your way. And don't let the ego get in the way, because it'll bring you to the dark side.
Usually you people in this, in your line of work and who've experienced fame and success, there's usually the rock behind the scenes that always levels you out. The girlfriend, the brother, the sister, the mom, the dad. For you, is there anyone in your life that's sort of been there from start to finish that you can always turn to and they're willing to put you right back in your place?
No one. Yeah,